What is today? Throat chakra, baby. Happy Thursday. Happy Jupiter day. It is Thursday night. It's been a while since we did a reading, or we started a reading at night. We've been finishing, like, transitioning from day to night, but I've been in this energy of being intentional about sunrise, and there was a cycle not too long ago when I was just doing the readings at night, when I got off, and it's been a while. So some of you, there's a pattern being repeated. That's the energy that's being given. But there's a lot of energy coming up for you. So let us sage away the day, the week. Let's pray. Let's get started. Thank you so much for 1K. I appreciate you. Welcome to the family. I will be doing the promised free reading once we hit 1K. So be on the lookout for that. It'll be for subscribers only. I don't know how I'm going to do it yet. Okay. But do I have a lighter? Oh, this chair. Hold on. All right. God, thank you for cleansing. Thank you for thank you for healing. Thank you for divine protection. Sparked when I said healing. Yeah, sparked again. Woo! Pisces. So I just want to say I think it's very divine. I had no idea, it was going to be like this, but you are the 12th the 12th sign in the zodiac, and we're doing Aries after you, the first. So it's giving, what did I just say? I don't know. I said whatever I said, I think I said it backwards, but it is giving who was last shall be first. However, there is a huge but. There's a but in all capitals, B-U-T, not B-U-T-T. Okay. All right. Ooh, I don't want this shit. I can't catch. Hair cannot be on fire. This shit is sparking. All right, let's pray. God, divine source, Holy Spirit, angels, ancestors, guides, universe, thank you for allowing me to guide Pisces placements on their October 2025 monthly reading. Thank you for allowing me to be a clear guide, clear channel, and clear vessel as I speak to them on what to expect. As the month unfolds, God, please bless each and every heart and soul that taps into this energy with me whenever they are guided to do so. Allow us all to be divinely guided and divinely led. No weapon formed against us shall prosper. Thank you for divine insight. Thank you for divine foresight. Thank you for divine protection, gratitude, Ashe. Okay, so a few things. If you're getting something new, like moving into a new home, moving into a new car, be mindful not to, I hear, scrape the paint. And I say that because before going live, my the cauldron fell and hit the wall. The wall is the wall, but there's a mark of the wall. Let me show you. See it? Mark of the wall on the cauldron. So just be mindful of that. Also, October is giving you're about to do something you've never done before, whether you are planning this or not. It's also giving that, going back to the energy of but, okay, that who was last shall be first. But so whether you are conscious of this or not, you are entertaining a shadow aspect of yours. Again, there's something that is repeating that you may be catching on to now, or you're unaware of at this moment, but it will be brought to your awareness as the month unfolds. There's something else. Also, some of you may need to caulk your floors. There's something else. Hold on. Caulking the floors, entertaining the shadow, doing something you never did before. And things, oh yeah, the last thing before we pull the cards, things could be changing at a rapid pace. But as I was getting that, I was seeing the Nine of Wands card. I almost said the Nine of Swords, but it makes sense. So just follow me. I was seeing the Nine of Wands card, but I was seeing a person in like the middle of fire. So you know how, like, let's just say this is This would be a wand, or you could use this lighter represented as a sword, whatever the case may be. But it's like, take me for instance being in the middle, and it's just there's like 9 pillars around you. And I know we're in a 9 year, and 9 represents, you know, culmination of things coming full circle. No, it's not retrograde, but we're in a 9 years, so it's gonna feel like fucking Mercury retrograde of the past until we shift into that astrological new year, Aries, which is next. But as far as like the feeling, like I'm unsure of what that image represents, okay? But there's also this energy of, I'm getting uneasiness. I hear the soul is unsettled. Why, I don't know. But I feel like it's connected to whatever shadow is being entertained. Let's see. What's the energy of Pisces getting into October? Is that the card? So, 8 of Cups, a desire to move on, the search for something more meaningful, spiritual and emotional growth. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, we're not done. One more thing. So, some of you, I mean, you're Pisces, you know, very in tune, tapped in, right? You got your own gifts and things. Some of you are very clairvoyant. However, there's a need to be mindful of the there's a need to be mindful of the idols that are being entertained. Now, what is an idol? An idol is a false god. Now, as in saying that, spirit, you know, a higher power, the Holy Spirit, God, the Most High, however you frame, reference, whatever the case may be, much respect to whichever terminology you use. But if you want to understand the divine, then there's a need to understand a peace that surpasses all understanding. Like, that is God. That is the Most High. A peace internally, because the outside world is going through a revolution, but internally it's a peace that surpasses all understanding. So if you're dealing with worry, anxiety, a fucked up nervous system, those are false idols, okay? That means too much energy is being poured into that and not enough into the light, which is peace, if that makes sense. And I know we're in the middle of eclipse season. Me personally, I've been crying too much for my own personal liking as a fire sign. It's like, what the fuck? This energy got me fucked up. But it's a part of the purge. It's a part of the release, again, because it's like think of this year as the Hermit, okay? Literally, the 9 card, the Hermit. And the nodes are in Pisces and Virgo, and the Hermit is Virgo, okay? It is a solo spiritual journey, okay? It's like, you know, the journey to the mountaintop, the journey to the ascension, the initiation, it's like, I feel like this year, honestly, it feels like a big ass fucking hazing ritual energetically, but it needs to happen to purge. Like, you know, when I say hazing ritual, I'm referencing the fears that are coming up, anything that makes us experience the opposite of peace. And so for you, I feel like the divine is wanting to, and you're the 12th house. So if anyone knows darkness, it's you and Scorpio. So with that being said, with you being the 12th house, and then for us ending again, who was last shall be first, there's a need to get into, I hear, the holy power of peace, because you're worshiping too many false idols that are not of God in reference to energies. And when I say energies, I'm more so referencing feelings, okay? Okay. Okay. All right, but damn, I didn't even see this card. But literally, it was the vision, except for I saw 4 more. So you have the 5 of fire, the 5 of wands. You see, but it was like you're in the middle and you're surrounded by it. But it says competing goals, bothersome details, conflict with others. Hold on. I think I have the heat on. Hold on. Yeah. I had to turn the air on. Hi, y'all. I'm not monetized on YouTube, so you don't have to. Just like the video. Subscribe to the channel if you've already done that. My Cash App, I think, is in the bio. But just receive the message. You really don't owe me anything, but thank you. Let's get into this though. Competing goals, bothersome details, conflict with others. Again, this is the energy getting into October. So 5, 5 is a theme. You could definitely be seeing 5s. The world and comfort. This is a reflection of peace. This is a reflection of idols, false gods, okay? Competing goals, bothersome details, conflict with others. Also, there's this energy of, I don't know if it's, I guess this would be like a detox. I feel like some of you use social media like to make money. If you don't, fine. This message, part of the message doesn't apply. But I do, it's kind of like the energy of being so afraid to miss a day, because when I had my period of when I was like, fuck corporate America, and I wasn't working, like, you know, to ensure that that income was coming in when I didn't have a consistent paycheck. That was an anxiety I've never experienced before. It's very hard to be an entrepreneur, but it's extremely possible, okay? Baby, the strong shall prevail, okay? And the weak shall fall, seriously. Because it is a game of perseverance. It is a game of dedication. It's a marathon. But, shout out to Nipsey. But there's a need for you to take a break and trust that everything is going to be okay. And I do feel like this is also kind of like God's way of testing you. Like, will you tap into the energy of the divine, of peace, or will you continue to entertain the idols that have been, I just hear it, consuming your energy? I don't know. All right, talk to me more about the 5 of fire, the 5 of wands for Pisces, please. So I do feel like with that being said, going back, the who was first shall be last, but that's going to be your title, okay? I'm going to make sure the but is in all caps, okay? It's going to be ... This, you are in the midst of a test. However, this test involves other people, which is why conflict with others is here. You know, how you I keep wanting to say it as conflict resolve, but yeah, resolving conflict, which has been a theme. This message hasn't been for you only, but this card hasn't come out as a theme message for anyone else, but conflict resolution has been a theme, okay? But with you, yeah, you're being tested through people. You know, it's giving action versus reaction. And as I always say, the emotion, how you respond emotionally determines the next outcome, and it also determines the domino effect that's about to unfold. You have power. So there could be a power struggle that you're having with people. Yo, this shit look like some fucking Star Wars. Look at this. You have this is Sag energy, but this is the 9 of Wands. Damn, this would be the 9 of Wands if we were to compare to the tarot deck. But Sag energy, it's fucking Star Wars out here. But no, I'm getting as above, so below. So the same conflict that's being experienced in the physical is the same conflict that is being battled in the spiritual as we speak. Okay. Moving on. What else? Pisces. What are you thinking about? I keep saying the King of Swords. Something's on your mind. Who are you thinking about? What are you thinking about? I hear, are you escaping or are you dealing? Dealing versus escaping. Jupiter is definitely... you are ruled by Jupiter. You're also ruled by Neptune. But I do feel like Jupiter specifically, it's like Jupiter is expanding every part of your life very intricately and very intentionally, especially with how it's unfolding. So we're starting with the 5 of fire. I feel like you need to go back to May. Hold on, what was your May reading? Where's my phone? Lord, where's the phone? Pisces. What did I say, May? Hold on. Why am I in 2022? Hold on, let me move it back up. 2020. So May 2024, your title was Something's Coming, No Bueno. Ha! I'm always saying something in fucking Spanish. All right, so something is coming. I feel like that's connected to you're about to do something that's never been done before. Is this the Nine of Wands? I can't tell. Okay, moving on. What did I say? May 2025. You have a decision to make. Okay. You have a decision to make. And what I say, something's coming. No bueno. Again, change happening quicker. It's like you can't breathe. Let me catch my breath. I see, was it Beyonce, Lose My Breath? The Fool, there's a new beginning coming. I feel like you may feel it, but you're unaware of the source, like where the energy is coming from, who's involved, what's involved. Yeah, Ace of Pentacles. So from what these cards are showing me, hold on. So we started good and then we went to what the fuck. Okay. So again, you have Power upright, 9 energy. This would be the 9 of Wands. You have the full Aquarius energy, a brand new beginning. But then you have oppression. Here's an idol, oppression. It's a lot of Sagittarius energy here. Sag season starts next month, or where do you have Sag in your chart and what's going on? I don't remember Sag's title for this month. Then you have the Ace of Air, Ace of Swords, and then you have Gain, another 9 in reverse, which would be the 9 of Pentacles in reverse. Why is oppression here for Pisces? I almost said for Sagittarius. For Pisces. Change in reverse. What else? Why is Gain in reverse for Pisces? Change in reverse fell on top of Power. I just want to emphasize that, okay? It's more on Power and less on the Fool. Torments. Pisces, what the fuck is this? Hold on. I feel like, is this self? Someone else? What is this about? What's the root of it? I don't understand why they have to stomp. I just don't understand why they gotta slam their fucking shit. God bless. They just be louder than me upstairs. I don't understand. I don't even know who lives above me, but anywho. The root of this, Sun of Fire. And then we have Temperance. And then we have the Sun, Sagittarius. It's a lot of Sag energy here. Leo peeking out. Heavy Sagittarius, though. So, if we go back to May holds Taurus and Gemini. And the opposite of Gemini is Sag. And every season we have the new moon in the sign that we're in and the full moon in its shadow in its sister sign. So that means around May, June-ish, we had a Sagittarius full moon. So let's look into that date. Hold on. You got to connect some dots, okay? Honey, something is not clear, cut, and dry for sure. What Sag full moon, 2025. It was on June 11th. Okay, hold on. So you should, okay. The Sag full moon this year was on June 11th. However, going back to your first card is the Five of Fire. The Sag full moon in 2024 was on May 23rd. That's 5/5. So what happened then that's happening now? Something has not changed. And the Fool is honestly giving me thinking that you don't need to change anything about yourself. I hear you're just fine. And it's 9:11 p.m. East Coast time right now. So there could be an ego death coming. But again, this is all a part of a test. So you're being watched closely. And again, the root of all of this is the Knight of Wands. And the Knight of Wands is the fastest moving knight on the deck. So again, something's moving quicker than you expected. Change is happening, whether it is for better or for worse. We're going to get into it. I feel like for some of you it's for better, and for some of you it's for worse. It really truly depends on the self-work. Like you have to be honest with yourself. Are you healthy or are you unhealthy? And because you think you're healthy, does that mean that people that are interacting with you feel the same way? And if there is a consistent cycle with people, then there's a need to self-reflect. It also feels like there's something within your energy. You know how like when people, I don't know what this is called because I've never been to one, but I see it on social media from time to time. Like when committees are holding meetings, and then like people like the community will come, and then they'll have their time on the podium to speak. Like I'm seeing that for you, like, but I'm seeing as you're being called to the podium to speak. But this is more so being summoned by the divine. This feels like judgment. But this is also to see if you're ready to really shift into the next level, because wherever you're going next, things are about to move extremely fast, especially with this Ace of Air. It's a fucking hurricane in the middle. Do you know what the winds are like in a fucking hurricane? Baby, I drove through a what's this? Hold on. Let me look it up. Was it a tropical storm? Hold on, let me look at the hurricane phases, okay? Hurricane phases. I think it's called a tropical storm. And it's interesting, the highest hurricane stage is category 5. So I didn't even know that. Well, I probably did, but never gave enough to, because I don't live in that environment. But yeah, I was in a tropical depression / tropical storm. And baby, I thought I was in a fucking category 5. I didn't think we was gonna make it, me and my niece, but we did. But yeah, something is very intense. But it's not as heavy as you think it is, because this lab feels lighthearted, and I'm looking at the sun, it's lighthearted. But again, something is about to change rapidly, okay? Rapidly. It's giving Speedy Gonzalez. You remember Speedy Gonzalez? But it's giving that. But it's given like, you know, pressure. I don't want to say, I'm going to say it. Okay, I'm going to say it both ways. Yes, pressure make diamonds, but heavy energy, baby. It's like you ain't died yet. You still here. You still living, breathing. You still, baby, you still got something to do. So, you know, there's a need to where you feel like, I don't know if this is like you feeling like enough is enough. But it's also giving your capacity is untouched. So It's like what you think enough is a fucking illusion of some some aspect. I don't, that shit was weird just now. I'm gonna stop that message and I'm gonna move on because I felt like I was not in control and that made me uncomfortable. Okay, moving on. I was not in control of my time. So, judgment, disappointment, another 5, repletion in reverse, circumspection. You know, it's one thing to, I hear, get people to follow you, which there's a difference between being a leader and a follower, right? So getting people to follow you would be the energy of convincing, okay? I'll just leave it simple at convincing. However, following would be just showing up as you are, showing up as yourself, just being you, and people being attracted to that energy and seeing the light in that energy for themselves and wanting to, know the experience and how to tap in. There's a very thin line between that, though, leading and following, because I feel like when we're leading, we're truly just, it's more so, it's more so a self-fulfillment, but I don't want to make it sound like it's a selfish thing, because it's not. Like, you have a calling, you have a purpose, so you are going, you are doing, and no matter what is said, whether it's praised or whether it's negated, you ain't gonna stop, because this is what feels good to you. It's what makes your heart feel as light as a feather, what you're called to do. But then it's like, who comes, who strays. That has nothing to do with you. That's between them and God. But when you're on the opposite aspect of, feels like fucking basic training. Like, it's like trying to recondition someone's mind. That's not reconditioning is a self-choice, okay? Unless you are raising a child, okay, that is new to this earth, you baby, trying to recondition another human that is not ready to recondition, or even, mentally, even just not there, it's going to be an ever-losing battle for you. And for a lot of you, like, you see, it's kind of like how you bang your head against the wall. I pray y'all don't do that, but I know people do that. It feels like something you're doing is very self-destructive, but it feels like an energy of your own. I don't know. But with oppression being here, torment, disappointment, all of these 5s, Pisces, 5, torment, 5, disappointment, shit, oppression is 10, 5 plus 5 is 10, okay? So you have 10, 15, 20, this is a judgment, okay? And then this is a judgment. So what the hell? Hey. It's a reading for Pisces. But yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna clean this up. Let's move on. I want to get into the shadow. I feel like this is connected to the shadow that you're entertaining. But let's see. Pisces shadow. Hold on. I want to use this one. Pisces. I keep hearing what's done in the dark comes to the light. Power came out again. What's the shadow that Pisces is entertaining in the month of October? Okay, what else? You have the Knight of Cups and its opposing energy, emptying a cup. Then you have the Seven of Cups. It's giving overindulgence. And then you have the Three of Pentacles and its opposing energy. What the hell? Pisces. Your energy, the Moon. Here, tit for tat. Scorpio. Two of Swords. So what's going on in somebody's dreams? Or it's okay, so this is touching on the shadow energy that you're entertaining. It's something that's happening at night, okay? Even by me doing this reading at night, like something's going on, okay? I'm gonna figure it out. Knight of Cups, it's emptying a cup. I'm done. I'm through with it. I don't want any more of it. But it's like what you are rejecting is what you really fucking want, which is beyond me, honey. It's like, you know, in this reality, you're like, fuck it. But in your dream world, it's all you can fucking dream of. Something like that. But then it's like, I don't know. Because the Three of Pentacles, this shit is just all fucking falling apart. Instead of it falling together, it's falling apart. But this Seven of Cups is in it's like it's dreaming of better days, dreaming of better times, dreaming of a better life, right? But the reality is this. Or what's being projected to the world is this. Or what you're feeling on the inside is fucking this. However it applies to you, okay? But there's a feeling of emptiness, okay? There's a feeling of lack. There's a feeling of non-wholesomeness. And it's causing you to I'm more so getting use your power in a non-divine way, but you don't even realize it. I hear Young Thug, whoop-de-doo. That's okay. You hear the coffee pot? What the hell? No, it has my water. Ain't no coffee in there. But then the Moon. It's like, okay, so you see, you can call it a dog, you can call it a wolf, you can call it whatever the fuck you want to call it. But it's like, okay, you see this right here, right? And then you see this like lighthouse. It's like someone's watching out that window, okay? And even though the dog may not be able to see, the dog can sense, okay? I don't know. I'm still trying to figure it out. Because what the hell? I don't have nothing else to say. Okay, what else? Ten of Cups. The broken sound bowls. And the King of Pentacles. When you hear rejection is God's protection, what does that mean to you? And before you answer that question for yourself, in addition to that, again, when it comes to the statement of rejection is God's protection, what does that mean to you? Okay. And then, as a second half of that statement, do you know when you're rejecting yourself and when it's not the divine's doing? Because I feel like this is a shadow that you are entertaining. Again, going back to the energy of you haven't even truly tapped into your potential, but you think you are maxed to your capacity. You about tapped out, okay? No, you're not. It's like there's a reservoir just waiting to be found, you know? But I also feel like there's something you're not connecting when it comes to either the astral or the dream realm, well, which is the astral realm, but there's something that's not being, that you are aware of there, that's not being connected physically. I hope that makes sense. I mean, you're Pisces, so you should know what I'm referencing. Um, but if you don't, it's again going back to how I described your card, the moon. Like you have this lighthouse, someone's looking out the window, and the dog can't see, but the dog can feel. So whether you're doing the looking or the sensing, it put the shoe how it fits, okay? And if you're doing both, then again, you are not connecting accordingly with this Three of Pentacles. You know, see how these pentacles are aligned? And yes, you have the opposing side, okay? Shit is falling apart, but you're ending with the King of Pentacles. So if you think about a king, or should we know, well, who's the king? I don't fucking know who the King of England is, okay? I just know about Queen Elizabeth, okay? So, or even when just a leader of any country, okay? A fucking CEO of a business, whatever the case may be. Like when shit is falling apart, you got to resolve the conflict, figure it out, so we can move on, okay? It's like you're not about to sacrifice your damn company over some shit, that over a bad fucking quarter, okay? Or even a bad year. But what is the definition of bad? Because, you know, just personally as a human, being experiencing this thing called life, what I think is bad is truly a fucking lesson that I just didn't want to go through. I didn't want to experience. I didn't want to deal. I didn't want to feel. I just did not. Okay. However, the more I resisted, the more the shit fucking persisted. Okay. And it was like I was in the motherfucking ring of fire over and over and over. And it's exhausting mentally, emotionally, and then that affects us physically. You know, never mind. But it feels like you're not being authentic as well. Because I'm looking at this Knight of Cups, and he's pouring out this cup, and I'm looking at this Ten of Cups, right? It's broken. These sound bowls are broken. But it's like hiding your emotion, you know? Hiding your true feelings. Yeah, something is not going how you want it to go. 10-10. Look, you have the Ten of Pentacles, the doors are closed, okay? Ten of Cups, the sound bowls are broken. And then you have Judgment again, and it's opposing energy. It's not of the light. What is this? And why is it a theme? Because I know we're still on the shadow, but Nine of Pentacles again. But in this Nine of Pentacles, it's with someone else. I hear Case Missing You. Song is old as hell. A lot of fives, a lot of nines. What's the purpose of this experience for Pisces? Very interesting. There's more masculine versus feminine, but I love how this came out. So this is about you, but at the same time it's above you, okay? So yes, we have feminine and masculine energies within us, okay? It's the power of duality, right? And then we have the divine feminine and we have the divine masculine. I feel like currently the divine, on a spiritual level, the divine, how I'm seeing this as the divine feminine and the divine masculine, which would be this. I'm not saying this is your partner. I'm just saying the collective of the divine feminine and the collective of the divine masculine. There's a disconnect. There's a, I've never watched Breaking Bad, but I'm seeing Breaking Bad, but there's been a breaking point. And where this is where things have been broken, dismantled, cracked. Work is being done spiritually on both sides so that both parties can work together. And I feel like both parties need to work together, like they're they're part of the next battle, and it's not separate, it's together. I don't know. Yeah, I know it's levels to this shit, but it's interesting because the King of Cups came out in its light energy. However, the Four of Cups, like look at the feminine. This would be a reflection of the divine masculine, the divine feminine. Baby, she's broken. And not to say that you are broken. No. But the spirit can be broken. The heart can be broken, you know? Fucking lip gloss. But it's like, even though there's brokenness in this card, which I'm about to show you because everything is fucking cracked, okay? It's like she refuses to fall, you know? I mean, it's the woman that burst the nation, you know? So these are the cards. You see how everything is fucking cracked. She's holding a cracked cup, but she'll be damned if she just falls, right? And then he's like, this is giving me a superiority complex. I am gonna hold you. And it has nothing to do with superiority. And I feel like that's where God is displeased with okay. Damn, I was about to say with humans, but no, specifically with the divine feminine and the divine masculine. Because I feel like the feminine is expressing, but in a, I hear, damn, volatile way. And the masculine is just on a pedestal. Mm. So this really feels like power. It feels like a power play. It feels like ego. It feels like superiority complexes. It feels like the energy of being so smart that you're so fucking dumb. I don't even like using that word, but that's the energy that is given. It's like, you know, going back to the energy of God is peace, a peace that surpasses all understanding, understanding, overstanding, however you want to use the word standing, right? Because y'all, you know, people love to get technical these days, right? But with that energy, it's like neither party should be opposing each other. It's like they should be able to embrace peace within each other. And if there's no peace, be able to resolve the conflict so we can fight the true enemy. You know, it's like, you know, being at war against your own kind. Like literally, we are at war against our own kind, but yet calling ourselves divine feminine, divine masculines, but not truly living in that divine light that we are meant to walk in, that we claim to walk in. Interesting. I just realized what I said. But yeah, so when it's all said and done, the energy is meant to be and will be this. Together, peace, okay? And this feels like the energy, you know, things are different in 2025, okay? And the new generations. But you know, back in the, I forgot what my mama's generation is. But it's like, one person, one of your cousins got into it, all of your cousins pulled up. Like that is how that is how God wants us to be. Like, honey, if they come for one of us, they come for all of us. But we are so fighting with each other versus fighting with each other versus, fighting to stay together, to fight against the odds, the ops, whatever the fuck you want to call them, the fucking Mr. Andersons of the Matrix, whatever. That's not being done. Now, for this to come out in you, I mean, you are considered the eldest of the zodiac. So it makes sense for this message to be spoken to you. Because as an elder, as a wise one, as a crone, are you truly setting the example as well as leading in that example? And ensuring that the people that God has called you to guide as well are being led as well. Like, there is a need to ensure, like, I hear eliminate the follower, that it's that it's not riding of the coattail. It's not like stroking of the ego. I really don't know what it is. But it's like, do it because it's the righteous thing to do. Don't do it for recognition and reward. When you're doing it for recognition and reward, you fucked up, okay? Truly, truly. And meaning that, you know, in order to keep going or in order whatever, you need the praise from the collective, whomever. I don't know, it just feels like, you know, an ego stroke. Like, that's not about to happen. That's not the type of time that we're on spiritually or physically, okay? Unless you got it like that in your partnership. But if you ain't got it like that right now in your partnership, that is meant to be, okay? It is about conflict resolution, okay? And we are in the ghosting era of life, okay? And that is not conflict resolution. Now, something you got to do what you got to do to protect your peace. I'm not referencing people that are not for you. I'm referencing the divine feminine and the divine masculine, whichever one you identify as, okay? Again, competing goals, bothersome details, conflict with others. Okay? Okay. Oh, we've been here. 46. Baby, I was tired, but I'm up now. I didn't even drink my tea yet. Hi, y'all. Okay, Pisces. So, energy shift. The Lovers is on the bottom. Gemini. Hear my coffee pot? No, what is about Gemini and Sag. And then you have the Ace of Cups looking at me. And now, honey, Shorty then went from the Four of Cups, everything is broken, to the Queen of Cups, all is well. Okay? And aligned with, because we had the King of Cups, right? We did. I put it back in the deck. But we have a new spread here. So, yeah, there's a shift happening regardless. Page of Swords. The Chariot and its opposing energy attack. I'm trying to avoid that, but I sense it and I see it. Two of Swords. Somebody's doing something at night. Knight of Pentacles. It's like someone in their closet. I see someone in their closet, okay, doing root work. Why is the Chariot like this? What do you want me to say? Because I don't know. I don't know what, I don't have my list, but Scorpio came out, Death. Clarifying the Chariot is this empty ass boat. See? Two of Swords is, even though she outside, is giving her in a fucking closet with no blindfold on, okay? But being very fucking sneaky. What is this? And I didn't even peep. I didn't even peep. Someone is cloaked, okay? So, look. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna put it down so you can see. Shit. Now trying to get back this up is gonna be hard as hell. Okay. So can you see this? Can you see this? So this is the Page of Swords. Okay. I make sure I didn't mute. And then this is Death, right? Now, Death is looking at me upright in this position, okay? This, the opposing side, okay? This is unjust, you know, honey, it's like, you know, fucking school shooting, okay, type shit, right? Okay, it's unjust as fuck, okay? It doesn't make any fucking sense, all right? Type of situation. However, in this Page of Swords, even though it was upright, my eyes were stuck on the light, okay? Stuck on, because it was on the card like this, okay? Okay? But someone is, it's like, I don't know what this is. There's an illusion, and someone is cloaked, okay? But then this shit is giving Grim Reaper shit. I don't know. It's intense. It's intense. So just be mindful, okay? You know how, like, when I'm seeing someone could have a drinking problem, side note. And Pisces, you know, I be telling y'all, with Neptune, I don't recommend that you drink, okay? If y'all need a you're grown. But because I'm seeing Alizé specifically, but at the same time, there was a time in my life where I knew a dog named Alizé. It was a she was a blue pit, and I just remember whenever, like, it was time for her to be on guard, like how the hairs on the back of her, what is it, the dog's back, yeah, her back raised. But it's like, you know, if you're unable to see, if you're unable to filter the energy appropriately, like, it's like, pay attention to your reaction. Like, your reactions, more so given, like, skin reactions, hair reactions, your hair stand up on your neck. I don't fucking know. But this is also, you know, in order to know the body's reactions, you need to have studied the body, really set with yourself, really got to know, okay, is this a fact or is this a trauma response? You know, we really have to dissect that for ourselves, to even, I think it's healthy to help decipher the difference between intuition and paranoia. Okay, so, but yeah, there's some weird ass shit going on at nights. And I just think it's very interesting that I am the sun talking about this at night. I don't know. But what is it that Pisces needs to, is it Pisces? Let's ask that. Okay, it's not you. Okay, so what is it that Pisces, for most of you, it's not. For some of you, you're about to be judged. Respectfully. Damn, I just got hot. But what do you want Pisces to know? I mean, yeah, I don't know. I'm ready to move on. There's a lot of overindulgence here. You have the Seven of Swords, but this is not picking the sword up to fight. This is letting it be. Yeah, the Tower of Enlightenment. And back, your dreams. That was my selenite bracelet that just fell. So sleep with selenite under your pillow. If you have some. But no, hell yeah, shit, I am. Sleep with my damn wand, okay? And put that in front of me. I definitely will. But you are going to be shown the truth to what needs to be let go in your, whatever this shadow is, whoever it is, it will be revealed to you in your dreams. Take heed, pay attention, move accordingly. Okay? Okay. Yeah. Moving on. I'm tired of the tarot, respectfully. Let's get to the oracle. Pisces. Hi. Hi, Kyle. Hi, Lovebug. Hi, JMG. Is it Mangle or Mangal? Hi, Mia. Hi, Time. All right. Pisces. The courage to step into life, the perfect storm, resolve the issues, okay? Crossing, initiation. Yeah, something's about to change. Forgiveness in reverse. Forgiveness in reverse is a lack of peace. Again, what idols are you entertaining? Is it the idol of... I mean, Cardi is a Libra, okay? But I just see her album, Am I the Drama, okay? I know social media has been in a frenzy. I haven't even listened to the album, but... yeah, sacred contracts. And this is definitely giving the crone energy that I spoke of, whether masculine or feminine. You ever had, well, no, let me see. Let me think of a different. Because every family got their problems. But you know how, like, in certain neighborhoods, in certain families, you have that, it's like a healthy big mama type of energy, not a lotto shit, okay? Okay, I mean, like, in the community. But, like, it's a, I'm specifically referring to feminine energy by the way that she nurtures, takes care, provides without even, like, she don't need to know you from a can of paint, but you know, if you are around her, if you come in your home, she's going to take care of you like you're one of hers, you know? Some of you could have experienced that, have heard stories of this, or shit, even watched it on TV. But it's giving the energy of, it's like people try to, now when I say people, I don't know if this is you or someone else. You know, you have to take accountability. If it's not your accountability to take, then don't worry about it. But it's like showing that energy of, I got you, you know, I'm gonna support you, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, with a smile on your face, and just so genuine, but it's fake as fuck. But then I feel the need to ask, like, who are your idols? Who do you look up to? Especially in this spiritual community. What energy do they entertain? What energy do they speak about? I mean, this is a war, so it's always a battle of light and dark, right? Which is why, you know, as a divine feminine masculine, you know, we need to come together to fight, to battle the dark, okay? Even though the light shall prevail, but still doesn't mean a war has not been waged, right? So, and then it's giving the energy of influence, which is connected to that leader versus follower energy, but more so who you've been influenced by. Because it's giving the energy of, like, putting, there's just energy of a fucking pedestal, okay? And it's like, and I feel like you learn, it's like the energy of learning it, and then, you know, getting to know your own power that you ate to it, in a sense. Because this, you have some responsibility too, like, you do. So with that energy, it's like, Lord, it's so much to get out. Whoever you've been influenced by, you know, no matter how, I hear, big of a platform they may hold, it's one thing to be vulnerable with the collective about, you know, being unhappy, or I just keep getting the energy of a broken spirit. But it's like being influenced by someone who was truly or is truly broken. And you know, we are all working through some shit, right? And if you're healing and dealing, you know, I think it speaks on the person that's able to express that in a platform of strangers versus, you know, what the fuck is my image gonna look like? Who, honey, in this day and time, who truly gives a fuck, you know? Honey, because we all out here fighting for our lives somehow, some way, okay? Our fucking mental freedom, that's a fight for a fucking life, fucking inner peace. Like, it's, yeah. Now, I'm not saying, I'm not bringing this up, or I don't think Spirit is bringing this to my awareness to just say, fuck the teachings. That's not what it was about. You were meant to learn that, but it's more so heavy energy on being influenced versus what is your own, what do you think? What is your thought? What is your fucking opinion? If you had known the knowledge or information, what would have been the culmination that you or yeah, what would have been the culmination of the narrative that you would have said if you didn't have the facts that you have, right? It's kind of like, you know, when it comes to parenting, some people believe that a child can teach themselves versus being conditioned into the society that we condition them into. Children are really gifted, but you know, we, because of their age and because of new life, and I truly believe the younger that you are, the more pure that you are, and the more divine, like pure source of divinity that you are. So newborn energy, God, okay? But metaphorically speaking. So with that energy, it's kind of like, you know, if you were to retract all of the fucking belief systems, what would you believe? Now, for me, if I didn't know none of the shit I know now, based on just life experience, I would say what I say now. The truth is the opposite of everything we've been taught. That would just, for me to simplify it, the truth is the opposite of everything we've been taught and conditioned to believe. Okay? Now, that's for me, but what is it for you? And then there's a need to, it's like when you realize this, or do you put a period on the end? Or do you need to, you know, go the extra mile and validate the reason to yourself? If you have to go the extra mile and validate the reason to yourself, then you really don't trust yourself or your own inner voice. So again, you are in the midst of a test. The courage to step into life, the perfect storm. This card has come out for you for a couple of times throughout the months, okay? But I do want to emphasize, this is the second time I'm seeing a damn hurricane, okay? So I don't know where y'all at on the coastline. If it's not a literal hurricane, it's an emotional hurricane. Typhoon is coming up. Ooh, typhoon. But cyclone, hurricane, tropical storm, it could be the emotions, or it could be reality. But you are holding on to resentment, Pisces, whoever you are. And it's blocking whatever new beginning your ass has been praying for, okay? Forgiveness. God said, soften your heart and make it peaceful, because I am peace. And as long as your heart is not at peace, this ain't gonna be this, okay? It's gonna be this. And this is repairing the veil. So what is that? Resolving the fucking issue, okay? And I feel like you got issues with yourself, okay? So before you even try to address the issue with somebody else, baby, make sure you are good. You are good. And honestly, that's a message to me, because you want to know what this fucking eclipse has been showing me is that I always make sure I'm good last, okay, and not first. And that's a fucking problem, okay? That's why my ass be feeling like I ain't slept in a fucking week, okay? When I be getting 7 to 9 hours of sleep every night, okay? I be going to sleep, okay? But no, I don't know. Dream thief, refusal of Pisces. Pisces, do I need to say more? We've been here an hour. Are we okay? Thank you, love. But 13, I don't know. Scorpio season, baby. I don't know if it's the year of the snake. I don't know because it's a 9-year, but Scorpio season is given tower, 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 you know, but it's more so like I'm seeing that tower card that you had of enlightenment, because you know there's two sides of the tower. Let me show you if you didn't catch the other side, so you can be clear on the perspective that I'm providing to you. Hold on. I hear my voice. That means I'm getting tired, but I'm good. Hold on. Here it is. So you have the Tower of Enlightenment, the one that you got, okay? And then you have the Fire Tower. You didn't get this one, okay? So it's not destructive. It's awareness. It's kind of like, if I knew then what I know now, you know, but being mindful of not getting caught up in that reality. If you knew then what you know now, you know what you know now. So what are we going to do? Okay. Now, also, before I clean this up, with this refusal of the call, you have been called to do something that you are not doing. Why are you not doing it? It's a lot of scrying coming up in October. Is it because it's Halloween season? You know, that's another thing. That could, okay. But yeah. What is, hold on. Oh. Oh. Okay, I thought this was derogatory, but I mean, it could be. So I was flying monkey, okay? Usually monkey is used as a derogatory term toward my people, but I had to look it up first before I made a sound judgment call. So it says flying monkey, the AI overview says flying monkey is a term from psychology describing someone who carries out a narcissist bidding, like the winged monkeys. This is a winged monkey, technically. Hold on. From the Wizard of Oz. Wizard of Oz to spread misinformation, intimidate a target, or reinforce the narcissist's sense of power. There is pedestal energy here. Okay. Flying monkeys are often people pleasers, fear the narcissist, or are attracted. What the hell? Again, someone is wearing, I don't know how they're, baby, they can shapeshift. That's their gift. They are gifted in shape-shifting, okay? They're gifted in illusions, which is given Pisces energy, so I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, with a Dream Thief refusal of the call, and this is 13, so it's giving like be the change, but it's not giving that either. Let me see. Well, yeah, you need to be the change. You need to initiate something, 5-5. All of these damn fives. I keep hearing someone say, are you going to do what I told you to do? But that doesn't sound like a divine voice. But then going back to flying monkeys and doing someone else's bidding. What the fuck am I reading? I hear the spiritual community. Damn, the spiritual community. Yeah, the authentic self in reverse. Many. Oh, limitless possibility and magician, confidence in your magic. But why though? Like, what is the purpose? Like, what is the point? Do you know how much trash is just outside on the earth that could be picked up to be doing this shit? Like, there's just, baby, there. What? I don't know. Spirits, respectfully, it's frustrating me. So can we? What's do they need to know? Because hell no. Death again. Is this something Pisces needs to do? Yes. So why aren't they doing it? I just want one so I don't get confused. Why aren't they doing it? So whoever the fuck watches this for October 2025. Hold on, clarify before I speak. Is that what it is? Because that's what I think it is. Self-trust. To who though? Hold on, Pisces. Ooh, we got two queens. Queen of one, two mothers. Two queens, two mothers. So you don't have to be a mother for this to apply. Or you don't have to be dealing with your baby mama for this to apply. But you could be, you know? I don't know. This is going back to leading. Let me read you the Google definition of circumspection for those of you that don't know. Because I definitely be putting my own twist to shit, okay? So circumspect means wary or unwilling to take risks, okay? This is clarifying dream thief, refusal of the call. Whatever risk you have to take is extremely uncomfortable. It is extremely uncomfortable, which is why you keep getting death upright, death in reverse, and you have confidence in your magic, limitless possibility. However, this initiation, whatever the fuck it is extremely uncomfortable, okay? Again, you think you haven't even tapped into your capacity, okay? And you feel like you about to tap out, okay? And I feel like I know I've said that more than just now in this reading, but I've said this before in another reading, a whole nother reading. You're not done learning. You're not done growing. You're not done experiencing. You're not done elevating. However, what I will say is a lot of you perceive yourself to be in crone energy and you are at the mother phase. You want to know why? Because the divine feminine has not been mastered. And if it had been mastered, then you would carry a heart of peace that surpasses all understanding, meaning there's no hurt, no wounds, no pain. None of that clouds it, okay? And baby, honey, this message, God is working on me, okay? I'm gonna have to play this back. But seriously, it's made mother and crone. We have double mother here, okay? It's like I don't know what the fuck. Someone crawled on my face and feel like a hair. I don't know. But anywho, yeah. But it's like, you know, you are in a level of mastery, okay? You ain't on no little girl, little boy shit, okay? I'll give you that, okay? A lot of y'all know what you're doing, but at the same time you don't. And it's that it's like struggling to yes, you know what you're doing, but when you don't, you would never admit that. Okay? How many times have I said, as the reader, as the guide, as the message giver, I don't know what the fuck this shit is, okay? But we're gonna figure it out. Just like we didn't work through it, you know, it took an hour, and we've been here an hour and 11 minutes, 1:11. It's gonna take some time. It's uncomfortable. It's easier when it's just simple, clean, cut, and dry. But anything worth having, it becomes simple, clean, cut, and dry once the work has been done to build and stabilize the foundation. And as of right now, there is no healthy foundation amongst the community of the divine feminine and the divine masculine. We are at war with our own fucking tribes. Our own tribes, our own people. And yeah, it'd be your own people that do the fucked up shit. Yes, I know. So are you saying that maybe y'all need to clarify what divine feminine and masculine is? Because I'm definitely not referencing the bloodline at this time. I'm referencing a spiritual lineage that is here on earth that has some work to do and some calls to answer and some I don't know, something is heavy on your heart, but again, you're refusing to answer the call. You're refusing to answer the heart. God talks through the heart too, you know? The love and the fucking pain. And you know, honestly, pain just reminds us that we're alive, honestly. And that shit ain't sweet, no matter how comfortable we get. And there's always a task at hand, whether we are able to realize that or not. Not to say that it should happen, but again, you have the light and you have the dark. We all seem to know, we should know, at least in 2025, what the dark consists of, okay? And again, it does consist of your idols, of worry, stress, anxiety. I just hear what's going to happen. Well, what the fuck is going to, you know, what's going to happen? The answer, just start saying God, okay? Or the Holy Spirit, whoever, however you identify, okay? Source will answer by many names, okay? As long as you put some respect on it, respectfully, but truly. Defeat came out again, but deception is in reverse. So you're deceiving yourself and someone is deceiving you. But I feel like someone's playing on your mental. And now they're showing me that there's somebody in a fucking closet, like somebody does whatever they do root work at night. Yeah, that's what I said, and that's what it is, okay? Do y'all understand the karma that, never mind. Let's move on. Pisces. Creation, partner, sex, magic. Now again, I was focused on a community conversation level, but this is just the divine feminine, the divine masculine coming together, partnering, okay? Allowing the opposites to attract in a healthy, cohesive way and not a friction, fucking wrong wires, got the wrong fucking jump start cables on the wrong fucking, none of that, okay? And then underneath creation partnered is truth, aura. Thank you, God. So the heart, okay? The fucking heart. I don't know. I feel like the message is simple, but we're not done just yet. Anything else? Unconditional love, the blueprint. Thank you, Spirit, for the confirmation, okay? And then once again, initiation. So, baby, where you like to be in control of the heart is not about to have control, okay? Because as you can see, this heart is not connected to anything. Like, this will be the heart inside of a body, but it's not connected to anything, okay? It's an energy of its own. It's a vibration of its own. It's a frequency of its own. It doesn't need to be fucking, you know how like we mentally train ourselves out of fucking conditions we grew up on, you know, we start to change how we speak, change our belief system, what we subscribe to. But it's like the heart doesn't, yeah, that's what it is. The heart doesn't need any influence from your mind. And you be trying to do that dumb. I don't even use the word dumb. So watch your tongue. When it comes to using words like dumb, stupid, or you're so dumb or you so stupid, don't disrespect yourself like that. Every time you do that, you got your higher self and your inner child fucked up, okay? So stop doing that, please, please, because you're only hurting yourself, okay? Okay, but yeah, it's all love. It's all love. A lot of us are in this sovereign autonomy energy. We've mastered that. We've mastered the solo journey. However, 2020 was a year of division, okay? Yes, the world shut down, but we became so isolated, and we've been consciously stuck in that shit since, okay? Honey, I just miss the days when we didn't have no fucking phones, okay? We didn't have no phones. Or y'all remember when, honey, we used to wait till 9 o'clock, okay? It used to be sprint after 9. we could wait till them 3 minutes after 9 o'clock. I remember the first razor phone, the first fucking sidekick. Shit is just not the same, okay? Honey, I used to love, and then it went from, I think it was, at first it was after 9. Then when it upgraded to being after 7, oh, it was fucking lit. It was lit. Memories, okay, but yeah. There's a need to come together because we have been in this energy of isolation and autonomous energy and fuck the world. I'm gonna be in my own fucking circle forever, and that's not the age of Aquarius, okay? That may be the age of Pisces, okay, but that wasn't even the age of fucking Pisces because we was outside kumbayaing, okay? However, now that makes sense. Thank you, Spirit. There's need to take a little bit of that energy and utilize it for where we are and what's to come, because yeah, we got work to do, as I've stated 1,000,001 times in an exaggeration form, you know. You keep thinking Spirit is saying wait, and really God is waiting on you. Anything else for Pisces? Anything else for Pisces? Confirmation. I want you to read it for yourself, okay? It says intergalactic mastery fucking confirmation, okay? Okay, let's bring this to a close. I think we all got the point, okay? And then we will finish with Aries, 10-13. The 13. Do you have anything for Pisces? Okay, you don't have anything for Pisces. But on the bottom, you have water surrender. Okay, that's what you need to see. Hold on. Oh, that's what you had earlier. Close this out for Pisces. Just scratched my back. Yeah. She hurt. Okay. Close this out for Pisces. Okay. Anything else? Close this out for Pisces. Okay. Anything else? You have the Six of Water, memories from your history or childhood, issues regarding children, romanticizing the past. So the children are the future, never forget that. You also have the Four of Fire, the Four of Wands, contentment, peace, and abundance. A happy home life, the successful completion of a project. But this is after the test has been passed. All right, let's read the cards that came out. First card that you had is the Chariot, Archangel Metatron. An important achievement, self-discipline and willpower, public recognition. I feel like this is connected to something you never did before. Okay. And then your next card was the Three of Air, the Three of Swords. Great sadness, your heart. Take time to heal, the need to forgive yourself or others, and others, heavy on the and less of the or, okay? For a lot of you, it's like, I hear your heart is not as ready as you think it is. But that's not the divine's voice. So whose voice is in your mind? Like, who's feeding your narrative? I don't know. Anywho, you have renewal, Archangel Jeremiel. Review and evaluate a favorable assessment of the facts. Time to move in a new direction. That's that Tower moment of enlightenment. This is also 20, again, judgment. You didn't got judgment 3 times from 3 different fucking decks, okay? Okay. And then your last card, baby beautiful, the Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Earth, the inflow of abundance, a promising business adventure. Well, it says venture, not adventure. Important documents or contracts. So yeah, something is about to change rapidly. Speedy Gonzalez level. But I do feel like your judgment calls are being judged. I feel like this came up for someone else too. I don't remember who. But not more so. It's more so for you. God is judging your heart. This is all connected to your heart chakra and the heart itself. I just hear the heart loves freely. And humans are loving with conditions. Yeah. So once again, I do, hold on. Yeah, once again, before I clean this up, this Three of Swords, it is going back to that feminine and masculine aspects and the conflict and where we are with each other. I do feel like both parties, the divine feminine and the divine masculine, are experiencing great sadness. Both parties need to take time to heal, but we've done a journey of, it's just time to integrate, okay? I don't know who, I can't remember whose title had integrate, but it's just time for us to integrate, okay? Because we are past an expiration date when it comes to a certain cycle, okay? Which is why the Ace of Pentacles is here and why you have Judgment Call. I mean, damn, there's a Judgment Call. But the Judgment card 3 times, okay? Okay. We're good. I'm going to end it there. I love you. God bless you. We will talk. Today is Thursday. If I'm not back Saturday, I'll be back Sunday to do the element new moon reading for all 4 elements, okay? Yeah, and if you're, again, going back to that taking, because I just split the deck unconsciously to the 9 of Earth, the 9 of Pentacles. So those of you that, you know, you make your money off social media, but again, at the beginning, the advice was you need to take some time off. You need a weekend. But you could be worried, again, how the income is going to come in. Again, peace in the heart, the divine versus the idols. But it says enjoying life's little luxuries, spending quiet time alone, successful self-employment. So for those of you that are in this energy, just Spirit is coming through for you. All is well. As long as your heart is well, though. Okay? I got to figure out this title. But I love you. Have a good evening, a dope Friday, and a good weekend. And I'll see you this weekend. Love you. Bye.